Every family has a grandmother, or at least most of them do, and some of them are lucky enough to have two. But in the Sullivan family, we got three. Gram 3 was Betty White, and in every way she changed the lives of our children, and certainly the lives of Patty and me. Gram 3, huh?
Gram 3.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. And as I remember, Betty named herself Gram 3, isn't that true?
You know, I was trying to remember when it exactly happened, and as I talk about it in the book, I think it actually did happen through birthday cards and Christmas cards or specific notes to our children. She would never, ever just say she was Grandma. She knew both your mother and my mother were still alive, and she never took for granted. She would never offend them by taking on the grandmother role. So she called herself Gram 3. And I think as birthdays and Christmases were coming, that's how she signed her name to both Blythe and Sully. With love, all my love, Gram 3. And for them, I know they knew at the time what a privilege it was to have her in their lives with her interests in everything, whether it was Sully and his saltwater tank and his little aquarium when she was well aware of all the great aquariums around the world. He had this little aquarium that she would just give him so much attention over. And then with Blythe, when Blythe started to ride competitively at horse shows and ride horses competitively, Betty just got so enthralled. Betty's love of horses just came through her as if she was living that part of her life again through Blythe. And it just was so unique and special when they were young. And then as they grew older, she was that Gram 3 who was alive and guided them and encouraged them and applauded their successes.
It was really remarkable, audience, to understand that Betty White was at the height of her career. I mean, this was, Golden Girls at its height as our children were growing. And Betty would always find time. I don't think Betty ever missed a horse show of Blythe's. She would also go to Little League baseball games when Tom was playing and get in trouble for yelling at umpires. I mean, she was spectacular. But I think, don't you think that, Patty, that we filled a void in her life too?
You know, we never thought about it that way. But as time went on, and especially in the last 10 years of Betty's life, I know that Blythe and Sully meant so much to her. She arrived so many Sundays to share football games and golf tournaments and, just Mother's Days and birthdays. She was truly a part of their life. And our mothers were a bit older, and Blythe and Tom didn't have them so much, but they had Betty. And my goodness, what a privilege.